Huge news this evening. The Broncos have sacked coach Kevin Walters after their 2024 season fizzled out into a 12th place finish. Walters paying the price after a club-wide review, despite leading the team to a grand final just 12 months ago. The Courier Mail's Peter Bedell broke the story, and he had the latest on Fox Sports News just a little earlier.
Yeah, bombshell at Red Hill tonight, Eloise. So Kevin Walters has been sacked as Broncos coach effective immediately. I'm told that he was informed tonight around 6 p.m, so it's only recent. And that is the finale for Kevin Walters. It's a sad finale because he got the Broncos to the grand final just 12 months ago. But of course, it's been a horror season for the Broncos this year, 12th placing, and that triggered a club-wide review of the club. And I'm told that review was not glowingly positive, of course, about Kevin Walters, and it's led to this decision today. Kevin Walters has been sacked as Broncos coach effective immediately.
Do we understand that Kevin Walters was brought into Red Hill to have this discussion where he was informed, or how was he told of this news?
Well, I'm not sure on the minutiae of it all, Eloise, but look, I'm told he obviously had some talks with key power brokers today. He would have been spoken to by the Broncos board, and obviously it was a high-level decision. It would have had the imprimatur of the Broncos board, and they've made a decision after reviewing the two-week club review. They saw some of the findings, they saw some of the feedback, they digested the contents of a pretty extensive and thorough look at the club, and they determined that Kevin Walters was not the man to break their 19-year premiership drought. So now the search begins for a new coach for the Broncos in 2025.
Pete, what about the timing of this? I mean, the NRLW side are in for finals this weekend. Did it seem like this is quite a rush decision? Why did it have to come at this moment to almost overshadow what is a huge moment for the girls?
Well, I guess, Eloise, they wanted to be proactive, the Broncos. I mean, we've seen this year with a couple of clubs at South Sydney with Jason Demetriou and Parramatta with Brad Arthur. I mean, they let those two coaches go into the sort of opening months of the season, and then they were let go, and both of those clubs ended up finishing in the bottom four. So it was a disaster for those clubs. So I think they decided if they were going to rip the Band-Aid, we'll rip it off quickly. And at least now, Eloise, the Broncos have made a determination, an emphatic one, and they can move into the pre-season with a new coach and at least start afresh and have some positivity going into 2025, because had Walters lingered there in 2025 and things started poorly, then that season would have been a write-off as well. So I think the Broncos board have reacted proactively, decisively and emphatically.
So they're getting on the front foot early. Before we let you go, I know it's only just happened moments ago at 6 o'clock this evening, sacking Kevin Walters, but what coaches are open at the moment or on the market that could be in contention at this point for this job?
Well, I guess, there's a couple of options, Eloise. I mean, the one that springs to mind for me is Michael Maguire. He's the New South Wales Origin coach, of course. He had success this year. He's won a premiership at South Sydney. He's experienced. I know he was interviewed for the Broncos job 4 or 5 years ago, so he would have to be a contender. You would have to think maybe even Jason Demetriou. I mean, he was an assistant coach at the Broncos under Wayne Bennett. He knows the club. He knows the DNA. He could be another option. He's coaching PNG, but he hasn't got an NRL job at the moment. So they're two coaches that spring to mind, Eloise, but I'm sure there'll be a full list of contenders to emerge over the coming days. But it is a bombshell development tonight at Red Hill. Kevin Walters sacked as Broncos coach. He will not be there in 2025.
Peter Bedell with all the very latest in breaking this huge news that Kevin Walters has been sacked as Brisbane Broncos coach. Peter Bedell, we truly appreciate your time here on Fox Sports News.
No worries, Eloise, anytime.
Walters issued a statement after departing the club saying, coaching in the NRL takes a toll, not just on the coach, but also their family. It's time for me to step away and spend some quality time with my loved ones who have supported me all the way over the last 4 years. I'm grateful to the club for providing me with the opportunity to be head coach, and we have come a long way from the wooden spoon to last year's run to the grand final. I wish the team and the club all the best.